Have you ever met a depressed person? Have you ever connected to a depressed person? Have you ever been close to a depressed person? Well, I have. And believe me, it's a very complicated situation. It can affect you big time, especially if you are not well informed about depression. The behaviors of a depressed person can have an extremely serious effect on you. It can drain you, especially if you are deeply connected to them. You have to be psychologically prepared and equipped with strength and patience, because it can break you, wreck you, make you hopeless. And if you're not mentally prepared, it can drag you to that space. And also, you can get tired and even give up on them. So, 7 years ago, back in college with my two best friends, something happened that really changed our lives for the better. I had two best friends. We were a perfect example of best sister trio friends. We had a very strong connection, bond, and chemistry. Of course, we grew up together, went to the same preschool, primary, high school, and finally, we were in the same college. We were inseparable. We did everything together, and we had promised ourselves to be there for each other through thick and thin. We were more than just friends. We were family. During our final year in college, one of my friends' behavior started shifting. She started behaving exactly the opposite of how we knew of her. From a jolly, happy, social, bubbly girl to a total silent, sad, agitated, and lethargic person. We knew her as this happy girl, always in a good mood kind of person. She was the most caring and outgoing among the three of us. Whenever she would walk into a room, her presence would always be noticed and felt. She had a contagious smile with a hearty laughter. Then boom! She became a total different person. Always sleeping, stopped going for classes, started locking herself in a dark room, started skipping meals, and she had shifting mood swings. This was a really confusing and terrifying state. We never imagined this kind of situation will ever come to light. We started being stressed out and puzzled at the same time. Whenever we would ask her, what's the problem? She would say she's okay and go silent. We never gave up on her. We were there for her through it all. It got worse. At one point, she started yelling and screaming at us, saying we were responsible for her condition and we are to be blamed. This was a bitter pill to swallow. Imagine being blamed for something you didn't do or have no clarity about. It was too much to digest and ponder. Indeed, this was a trying time. It was a time to fulfill our promise made years ago, that no matter what, we will never abandon each other. It was a time to prove our loyalty as friends. A time to show her that no matter how many times you push us away, we will never desert you. We will stick by her, come rain, come sunshine. We were prepared for any kind of storm. What we never realized was that the situation was also affecting us as much as she was involved. We also started missing classes, missing meals. We never moved out of our beds. We were detangled in the situation. I suggested to my friend to give our friend space, to give her time to cool off, and hoping that she will go back to her usual self. I fell for the idea of I'm okay. But my friend decided to look beyond I'm okay. She decided to resolve the puzzle at all costs. She reached out to her auntie, who is a doctor, for advice and help. And thank God, she said our friend needed an immediate medical attention. She said these cases were a lot in their hospital. So she referred us to her friend who is a psychiatrist. and we booked for an emergency appointment. The psychiatrist came to the hostel that night, accompanied by 2 nurses. They walked straight to the room and she was deeply asleep. She was checked and we were told she had to be admitted. She really needed an immediate medical attention. She then explained to us all the stuff about mental health and depression. She said that her situation was serious and she was in the verge of a mental breakdown. The psychiatrist thanked us for being there for her, for giving her support, care, love, and most of all, being kind to her and reaching out for help. She stated that this act saved a life that we could possibly lose. All this taught us a great lesson that no matter what a person is going through, always extend an act of kindness. And reflecting on my religion, Islam, where kindness is really emphasized. And Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, kindness is a mark of faith, and whoever is not kind has no faith. Let's spread love, show kindness, and create awareness. As it is, suicide cases are on the rise, and most of these cases are a result of depression and mental health. If you know of someone struggling with depression, kindly reach out to them. Extend a hand and give support. Let our act of kindness save life. Jackie Chan once said, sometimes it takes only an act of kindness to change a person's life.